All right, guys, we just pulled up. We're gonna take the canoe on down to the creek and get to fishing, see if we can't catch some fish today. Hey guys, today Mark and I are fishing in a creek that he and my dad have fished in their entire lives. And it being a creek means that there's not gonna be a lot of big bass. We'll get excited about 2.5 pound bass. Mark grew up in a household where you keep pretty much everything that you catch. So you are gonna see us keeping a few bass today, but we let the bigger ones, the 2.5 pounders go. I'm also gonna go ahead and apologize for any mic noise. I got completely soaked this trip, and my external mic is not waterproof at all. So that GoPro pressed right up against my chest rubs back and forth on my shirt and just creates a ton of noise. Without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Oh, there's my Senko. I'm gonna put it back in there. Sometimes there's two. My Senko. There, are you having fun? Careful, those hooks are super sharp. That's a good releaser there. That was fun. Oh, there was a bass there. That'll keep, right? Boy. Let him go.
Nice thing.
Guys, what I'm doing is basically, and I don't know if you can hear me, I just had the camera in the water, but I'm just throwing that Senko in suspect spots, you know, like, hey, that looks really good, and just kind of jigging it a couple times and hoping those bass will come out and grab it. Now, there are a lot of little ones like this one right here that just fell off. And they really will tear up your Senkos, so you're gonna go through a lot of Senkos, and I know that costs a lot of money, but you're gonna catch a lot of fish, so it's really, you know, to me it really outweighs the cost of the Senkos. The problem with using rubber baits or plastic baits like a Senko is everything, and I mean everything, like that little striped minnow there, wants to eat it. So you've got to be able to distinguish between a bluegill and a bass. The goal when catching these is to get them in and off the hook as quick as possible, as to save the Senko. Alrighty guys, Mark says we've arrived at the bigger water, so we won't have to get out of the canoe anymore. I've been throwing Senkos and having quite a bit of luck. Mark's been throwing a buzzbait and he's having some luck too. We've caught probably about, I don't know, I'm just gonna say 10 nice bass so far. And we're just getting to the good stuff. So stay tuned, hopefully we can catch some nice ones here. Wow, look at that. That one's got some color on him. Oh, there's... Yeah, I'm gonna be... Yeah, he's got it. All right. yours is definitely bigger. Look at that, guys. How about that for a double, huh? Wow. Mark, hold on, let me get my camera. Get both of these in the shot. We have... Yeah, here you go. Look at that, y'all. Mark hooked to that bigger one there and said there's another one, and sure enough, those are some nice fish there. All right.
Sweet.
that was something there. Is your drag silent? Is that what it is?
I don't know. Fish is big, that's the what it is. Look at that thing,
don't get much bigger than that in this creek. Look at that. They've been spawning or something. That is a really nice one.
Nice one.
Oh yeah. Got a good fish here, guys. I know y'all can't really see what's going on. There he is, right out there. Caught him on the Senko. Come on. There we go. There he is, y'all. Golly. That's insane. I can't get the... All right, y'all, we've hit the end of the trail here, sort of. It gets pretty shallow on down that way. And with this canoe, it's no fun portaging it back upstream in really shallow water. So we're just gonna turn around and head on back up. This is not the end of the video though, because we are going to be fishing everything we just fished back up. So hopefully we catch some new fish, maybe some bigger fish, although I cannot complain. This is a creek. This isn't a river. This isn't a lake. These fish, they don't get to be real big. I mean, 2 pound is 2 pounds is a really nice fish. 3 pounds is a, wow, that's a really big fish. 4, you get to 4, I mean, that's a monster. I'm just gonna keep throwing the Senko. It seems like the Senko's the way to go, especially paired with Mark's, what's the thing, buzzbait. Because what happens is he catches those fish and he pulls them in, and there's a bunch of fish following him in. I just drop the Senko in and boom, you got one automatically. You can kind of pick which one you want too. So it's a lot of fun, and this water's so clear. We're kind of spot fishing too. I mean, if you see fish in there, just toss that Senko right on top of them, and they grab it up. There's something going on, and they're really eating. But we're gonna fish the way back up, and I'll see y'all when we are catching fish, which should be here pretty much next cast. Did you see that?
Yeah, so it's got the same kind of back. He came back.
The only reason he took it was because that one was looking at it. It just doesn't sink the same. Yeah. Yeah, that might be the... They're just so wide. Boy, that's an ugly one. Look at it. Yeah, and the heel. That's pretty cool. Look at that, y'all. Ran out of Senkos and I started throwing a trick worm at these things. Just sight fishing. It's pretty cool. We can try it out. I'm gonna get him back in the water. Mark pointed out he broke his back at some point. Yeah. So, like I said, I ran out of Senkos and started using a trick worm. I didn't think it would be nearly as effective, but they are really lifelike. They just don't sink quite as fast. Look how fat he is. Mark was pointing that out. They're eating a bunch of, check this out, y'all. He swallowed my other worm.
Is that right? You can see it in there.
It spit out, I'm pulling it out. It spit out my first worm. I lost it to it. And look at that, right down its throat. There's another worm in there. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that out. With that said, they can poop them out, so don't worry too much about them. I got the whole worm back. There's crawdad whiskers in there too. All right, back to fishing.
Chase, is that just a regular worm?
Trick worm, yeah.
Called trick worm.
Yeah.
Okay, and tell me the name. Tell
Zoom.
me the name of the hook again.
It's a, well, I use Gamakatsu wide gap. They're just called wide gap. When it comes to shallower water, I think those trick worms are actually a little bit better because they don't just sink straight to the bottom immediately. With all of my worm presentations, I really like fishing a wacky worm style. I think that it gives it a lot of really good lifelike movement and triggers that predator response out of those bass. Now, with that said, there is a time and a place for maybe a Texas rig or a weightless worm. It all depends on where you're fishing and what style you really prefer. Ooh, right there. See him? Little one. Drop it. No, that's the little one. Dang it, man. It's all right. Maybe he'll hit it this time. He doesn't have the hook. Now he does. Oh, how fun. That's a nice Kentucky.
Boy, nice and thick, isn't he?
Yeah.
Short and stout.
Look at that bunch of whiskers down his throat.
They are really feeding up today.
Guys, even when you just move straight up on those bass and you're positive that they see you and they're staring at you, just throw a Wacky rig worm right on them. They just cannot resist it. All right, guys, we're back at the road. We're headed in, we're packing it up, and we caught a ton of fish. I mean, an absolute ton of fish. I had a blast. I hope y'all enjoyed watching, and if you did, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.